A blessed good day to everyone, and welcome back to Chameleon Victories, where mindsets meet money and faith fuels our financial futures. I want to begin by telling you a short story. My friend Colleen Wong introduced me to a man who would change the way I think about business. His name? Vusi Thembekwayo. Colleen just started sending me his videos randomly, and let me tell you, I was hooked. Every word cut deep, challenged me, and reminded me of how small I was thinking in areas where God was calling me to go big. Both Colleen and I are part of a group that's forming a new NGO, and Colleen sent Vusi's video entitled The Big Lie of Small Business to the entire team. She was beckoning us to take a look at what we are birthing, what we are building, and to remember to think big. Her actions, that video, and her challenge to us inspired this question that I'm asking you today. What are you thinking? Because the truth is, your thought life is the foundation of your business life, your financial life, your personal life, and it determines your success and your impact. Your thoughts are either building your business or burying your dreams. If you are still thinking small while praying big, you're in dangerous territory. So let's explore what it really takes to do big business and how your thoughts could be the only thing holding you back from living the life you're meant to build. Let's talk about the secret to doing big business.
There's this huge thing now about small businesses. It's like, just start a business and just get in, and it's okay if it's a small business. Well, I'm here to tell you something new, and that is, it's not okay. So in my own country, South Africa, we have these things called kotas. By the way, kotas are an institution. And here's how it works. You take a loaf of bread, you cut it in half, and then you cut what's left in half, and you're left with a quarter of the bread, hence kota. What you then do is you remove the center piece of it, which is the soft bread, and inside you put in whatever you like. So the innards could be French fries, it could be sausages with a bit of ketchup, and you overlay it with the soft part and you eat it. And please understand, it does something to the soul that a McDonald's burger will never do. It is perhaps our greatest export, except here's the thing, we're not exporting it. So here are two businesses. Thibault's Kotas operates in Alexander, run by an interesting entrepreneur. He started his business in the year 2005. He turned over 53,000 Rand for the year last year. Interestingly, there is a listed South African company which started a franchise called Kota Joe. And they pumped in a bit of capital. They started in 2013, 8 years after Thibault's, doing the same thing he does. And last year they did 20 million Rand in turnover. My point, we are big business.
South African entrepreneur Vusi Thembekwayo says something powerful in that video. We've been sold the lie that starting small means staying small. Vusi challenges the mindset that glorifies struggle and romanticizes scarcity. He calls it the big lie of small business, and he's right. The trap isn't in how you start, it's in how you think. And the truth is, you'll never rise above the level of your dominant thoughts. Now, let's go even deeper. In the video, Vusi drops a bomb that most of us never stop to think about. What is a bank? He says a bank is nothing but a group of people coming together, pooling their money and deciding who gets the opportunity to build next. Think about that. That's not some high-level economics theory. That's community. That's trust. That's shared vision. It's what a lot of women in rural areas have done for centuries, in villages, townships, and even urban communities. Vusi highlights how women gather, form stokvels or susus, pool their income, and take turns using the collective funds to build homes, start businesses, or send kids to school. That is banking. That's wealth creation at its most grassroots level. Yet when a bank does it, it's seen to be official, institutional, professional. But when you and I do it, it's called informal. It's called risky.
Here's a question. What's a bank? A bank, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing more than a collective investment scheme. We all come together, we put our money in the central pot, we put it there usually as savings, with the idea that when you unlock that money and you need it future, you can get it. What the bank does is it takes that money and it says to people, if you're credit worthy, we'll lend you the money and we'll price it at a premium. Hence your ability to buy a car or a house. In South Africa, we have these advents of things called stokvels. It's usually a group of black women who come together and they put money in a pot, and at the end of the year, they have money and they go to the ShopRite and then they buy stuff. And then the next year, the cycle starts again, right? So here's an interesting stokvel called Siyanqoba. They operate in the Eastern Cape. Started a year after we achieved our democracy in 95. Last year, their collective investment, 300,000. Now, if you bundle together 300,000 over the past 20 years, you can do the math about the kind of numbers we're talking that they cumulatively over the past 20 years have put in the same place. In 1991, 4 years before them, a bank was formed in South Africa known as ABSA, which does, in essence, the same thing. The stokvel, last year, 300,000. ABSA is a 4.6 billion rand a year turnover business. My point, our models of doing business are big business. You and I need to unlock our thinking. It's not okay for us to start small businesses. It's not okay for us to be happy to be vendors on the side of the road anymore, selling fruits and vegetables. What we need to do is own the place that produces the fruit, own the road infrastructure that moves the fruit, own the retail infrastructure that sells the fruit, and own the banking system that transacts the whole platform. And by the way, why don't we just take the taxes as well? So the idea here is we need a radically new form of thinking.
Let's be honest. We've been trained to trust systems outside of us more than systems within us. Vusi's message here is clear. We already have the power. The blueprint is ancient. The only thing that changes is who controls the rules of the game. So what are you thinking? Are you still thinking you need permission to build big? Or are you realizing you've always had the capacity? You just needed to change the system of belief. And if you're someone with vision, it's time to reimagine business as the art of organizing people and money around purpose. I know that you have heard it said before that a lot of what we're talking about has to do with a change in your mindset. I particularly love the way Steve Harvey puts it across, and for that reason, I'd like to share his thoughts with you. He said, your imagination is God's preview of coming attractions in your life. So if you can't picture yourself doing big business, making impact, traveling, giving, building, growing, then chances are you won't. You don't need permission to think bigger. You need discipline to think better. You are the CEO of your imagination. Every product, service, client, and contract you desire starts in the unseen. That's faith. And faith without works and without mental clarity, unfortunately, is dead.
Let me tell you something before you go. Whenever people come see me live, I try to say something meaningful to people. And I'm in the laugh business. That's my gift. That's what God gave me at birth. Your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. I want to tell you something that can help enrich your life. it's a sure sign from God that he ain't through with you because he wakes you up in the morning. When he's done, you won't wake up no more. But as long as you're waking up, that means he has something for you that he hasn't been able to give to you for whatever the reason. I'm gonna help you get to that reason a little bit quicker. I wanna tell you something that I learned that changed my life. I was reading a book one time that had a quote in there from Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said, "Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions." If you think about that, that's a really, really true statement. Because everything you see in this world came from somebody's imagination. Everything. Somebody was talking on the phone one day, on that wall phone, connected to the cord, and tried to walk, and it didn't go no further. And he wanted to just go outside and get something out the car. Somebody said, "You know what? I wish I could take this phone outside." Everybody in here got a cell phone. It was in somebody's imagination. Somebody imagined that. Somebody imagined everything. Somebody got tired of walking. Somebody got tired of driving cars. Somebody said, "We're gonna fly." You're not finna fly. Everybody in here done been on a plane. See, your imagination is the evidence of things not seen. You know why they call it the evidence of things not seen? Your imagination, you're the only one can see it. You're the only one can see it. See, so all this stuff you've been imagining was not some hocus pocus. When you imagine stuff, it's actually God showing you a preview of a coming attraction he has for you. That's what your imagination is. Why do you keep imagining yourself with a second home? Because God wants you to have a second home. Why do you keep imagining yourself in a supervisory capacity on another job? Because God really wants you to have that. Why you keep dreaming of opening a business one day? That's because that's what God really got for you. And he put it in your imagination. The problem with your imagination, though, is you tell it to the wrong people. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. You can't, oh man. Think about this in your life. How many times have you had this really incredible idea and you took it to your family and your friends? You shared it with them and they shot it down. You know why they shot it down? Because they couldn't see it. Because God didn't put it in their imagination, he put it in yours. It was your evidence of things not seen. See, all this stuff you've been imagining, you ought to start working on it. Because that's what God really got for you. Your real life is in your imagination. I'm here to tell you that. You think I'm here by accident? I'm here because he put this in my imagination when I was 10. When I was 10, he showed me I was gonna be on TV. That's all I ever wanted. The assignment when I was in the 6th grade was everybody write their name on a piece of paper and write what you want to be. You know what I wrote on my paper? I want to be on TV. Now, the problem I had, though, was I used to suffer with a serious stuttering problem. I couldn't talk outside my house. I stuttered for years. I flunked out of school. I'm on my 3rd marriage. I lost everything I ever owned twice. I've been homeless and lived in a car for 3 years. But at 10, though, I wrote on a piece of paper, I want to be on TV. So the teacher went around the room and read everybody's paper. She had you stand up when she called your name, and the only assignment was your name and what you want to be. Doctor, lawyer, dentist, basketball player, football player. I wrote I want to be on TV. She saved me for last. She said, "Little Stevie, come to the front." Now I'm thinking, I'm going to the front because I got the best answer. Because ain't nobody had put that on their paper. She called me to the front. I'm thinking I'm finna give me a gold star, but I was wrong about that. She called me to the front to humiliate me. First of all, you know I can't talk. I suffered with stuttering stammer so bad, man. I couldn't talk at all. And that lady lit in on me. "Why did you write this on your paper?" Now I'm standing there, I can't talk. Who in this school ever been on TV? Who in your family ever been on TV? Who in this neighborhood ever been on TV? I'm crushing, man. I'm standing there dying. She said, "Look at you standing there." You can't even talk. How they gonna put somebody like you on TV? So every Christmas, I send her a flat screen TV. Because I don't want her to miss me. I do not want her to miss not an episode of me. Because I wanted her to see what God had done for me. The fact that you couldn't see it, it wasn't for you to see. He put it in my imagination. But after 3 years of homelessness, losing everything I ever owned twice, suffering through flunking out of school, go home and cut your TV on. That little boy with the stuttering problem, he all over that TV. You can't cut your TV on. You can't cut your TV on not a day of the week and you don't see that little boy. That little boy with the stuttering problem is all over that TV because God put it in my imagination. All I did was hang on to that thought. I just kept hoping. I just kept hoping that what I had wrote on the paper would come true. A lot of times it wasn't about no faith. I didn't believe it sometimes. When you homeless and living in a car, how you see yourself as a TV star? But I just kept hanging on there. Because my mama was a Sunday school teacher. I kept hearing her say, God, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. Why do you think he keeps waking you up? Because he got more for you. He got way more for you. He got plans for you. But he needs your faith. He just needs you to call on him. He needs you to dust off your imagination and just go for it. You got to try. Quit waking up thinking you ain't got no say-so in your life. You have a choice in this matter. You can't stop what happened to you, but you can doggone sure do something about what happened to you. Life is 10% what happened to you, is 90% what you do about it. Somebody in your family gonna die. Somebody in here gonna get fired. Somebody here gonna get an eviction notice. Somebody gonna get laid off. Somebody company gonna close. That's life. Somebody you love gonna break up with you. That's life. But what you gonna do about it though? Since it's gonna happen anyway. Trust me, go home and ask God to open up your imagination and then pursue it with everything in you and watch what he do for you. Appreciate y'all.
Another mastermind who could express it well from experience was Myles Munroe. He grew up in extreme poverty and went on to acquire great wealth. He once said, "The poorest man is not the one without money. It is the one without a dream." Too many of us are doing just enough to survive. We're launching businesses with no intention of scaling them. We're creating content but never building systems. We're making sales but never building structures. It's not because we're lazy. It's because deep down we're scared to think in abundance. But hear me today. God never gave you a small mind. He gave you a powerful one that mirrors his creativity. So, what are you thinking? Do your thoughts reflect where you're going or where you've been? Are you focused on the next client or the next contract moving forward? Instead of asking, what can I afford? Ask, what can I build? Instead of asking, what if I fail? Instead, ask, what if I fly? If this resonated with you, comment below, "I'm thinking big." Share this with a fellow visionary who's ready to scale, soar, and shift. And remember, your business will never grow beyond the boundaries of your belief. So today, make your thoughts your strategy, not your sabotage.